What up? What up? What up? AI here, Gamers Federation, joined today by Dub D, and we got another Gamers Federation Federite General. Zell's in the building.
What's going on, people?
What's up?
What's going on, everybody? Dub D. For those that say that me and Zell sound the same.
Yeah, they don't sound the same. So, but today, what are we going to talk about? Today, we're going to bring up something that's near and dear to a lot of people's hearts. We're going to talk about why Final Fantasy VII is and probably will always be one of the best Final Fantasies for a lot of people. So, I'll start off by saying Final Fantasy is one of the best to me because it was one of the most complete Final Fantasies other than Final Fantasy VI for us in the US to date. Like, there weren't any, people didn't complain about the story, people didn't complain about the characters, the music was on point, the pacing was on point. I love the cyberpunk environment. They had the US version had extra bosses, end bosses at the end. Well, we don't call them end bosses. What do we call those? Side quests?
Yeah.
Or pieces of shit.
Omega. Not Omega, but Ruby, Emerald.
And Ruby freaking weapon.
Yep. Take you about an hour and a half or an hour if you know what you're doing. But, I mean, it was one of the most complete. I liked all the characters pretty much, except I couldn't really vibe with Cat Sith, if that's how you say the name.
Get she, man.
But, I mean, it merged everything so well. Not to mention it probably was one of my first RPGs, but it was done so well that, I mean, when something's your first, you can easily tell if something else trumps it. And the only thing that came close in likability and replayability to me, because I had at least about 5 files, was Final Fantasy VI or Final Fantasy Tactics, which isn't along the same line, but it's still a Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's a snippet of my things, or things that I truly liked about the game. What about you guys? What really, gets things flowing when you start thinking about the game?
Well, I guess I'll go first. One of the main things that keeps a warm feeling in my heart as far as Final Fantasy goes was I liked the character designs and the battle system. As far as like the actual battle system, it was pretty standard, but the Materia system I thought was kind of ingenious because it's simple. It's simple to understand, but it can be complex to master because you had these weapons and equipment that had slots in them, and depending on what type of slots you have, whether it's double growth or triple growth, you could actually raise your materia. And instead of you going out to buy or learning like Fire 1, 2, 3, as they called it back then, as opposed to like Fire, Fira, and Faraga and stuff like that. You could actually, the more you use your materia, the stronger it gets until it levels up into those.
You can't say Faraga? You gotta say Faraga? I thought it was Faraga. I don't know, man. I was saying Fire 1, Fire 2, Figurara, whatever. Shit, I don't know.
It's Fire, Fira, or Fira, and then Faraga. Or Firaga.
Okay.
But
you threw in something new, like Zell be talking about Sergey and stuff like that. But we ain't gonna get into that.
Hey, man.
But I liked the materia system a lot because with you being able to put your materia in slots, they also had weapons and equipment where you can conjoin multiple pieces of materia to one piece of equipment. So that means that you could actually make materia combinations, and there was a hellacious amount of materia combinations, and some materia combinations you wouldn't have thought can produce some nice effects. Like say if, this could be hypothetical, it may work in actual game, it may not, but say if you had like slash. No, you had like long range, all, and poison all conjoined together. Well, you got Cloud or whatever. Not only would he hit if your all materials all the way up to where it has like four slots, then you could hit everybody from the back row and poison them.
Poison.
I mean, it just.
Or you can hit them with slash all and then put level 5 death, a doom, and maybe 2 or 3 people will drop.
Oh yeah, 2 or 3 people. That ass is dead.
The death come up with that little sickle, hit them with the little slash. That means you're dead. 9999. But
yeah, I really value the material system now, because it seems like today they're kind of getting a little lazy with the leveling up and like the systems, as far as like how you maintain your character and your abilities and stuff like that. Or it seems like it's been fluctuating to one of the extremes. Either it's too complicated, or it's just too simple. Like where it's on some stuff like with Final Fantasy 12, where everybody can pretty much learn the same stuff.
Man, throw that sphere grid system away. That shit is stupid. All right, but we're gonna let Zell hop in. Zell, go ahead, hop in. You playing that Final Fantasy 14 right now? I hear the keyboard clicking, the thumbsticks going. But go ahead and chime in.
Yeah, I stepped into a safe spot. She chilling right now. But yeah, I agree with both of my partners over here saying it's like the most complete Final Fantasy I've played ever. Not saying anything is wrong with any of the other ones. Well, a few of them are, but the main ones, nothing really wrong with them. But 7 you got the story, you got different characters, and along the way, I don't know about everybody else, but I got attached to some of these characters that didn't make it through the story, and I didn't too much like that. I was kind of cool with Ares because she had that healing wind. Everybody get back on their feet and let's finish this fight. And what happened? I get to the second disc, she didn't make it, and I'm like, man.
I mean, it came at the right time. I mean, that's when games had discs, so you kind of got to you kind of got to know when stuff was about to get real. You be like, dang, I'm on the second disc. It's about to turn up. And then that third disc, stuff start happening. But
third disc, it was just like, it's time to get serious. Sephiroth, he back. You got to bring your best stuff. You're not going to the little crater, half cocked. You're not gonna make it because you're not coming out. They tell you, save your game.
and you know what? That's another thing about 7 that kind of resonated with me too. It definitely had some instances in the game where it hit you in the feels, because if you was one of them people that tripped out when something happened to Ares, I'm not gonna spoil it for the people that ain't played it yet. I mean, not only
kill
was
yourself
it that,
if you haven't played the game yet. Kill yourself.
I mean, there's people out there, so I'm just trying to
if
save
you're not
face.
if you're not young, and you're older and you haven't played it, I ain't got nothing to.
Yeah, but between something happening to Ares and then Cloud losing his damn mind in the live stream, to you waking up in the bed and you look out the window and there's this big ass meteor sitting here smiling in your face, and you like, well, what the hell went on while I was taking a nap? Oh man, such and such happened. Meteor about to come down. We got like maybe a couple of days. What we gonna do? Like, you asking me what we gonna do? Like, I'm Superman? So it's just like a lot of emotional stuff that just come one after another, man, just hitting you in the feels. Just like, damn. I mean, just when you first get to the Shinra building, and y'all get locked up and y'all get put in a room, and the next thing you know, the door open. And it's like, hey man, y'all know the door open? Like, nah man, let me go outside, check it out real quick. Look outside, they got claw marks and blood.
The music start playing,
and that creepy ass music start playing, and then somebody busts and they like, hey man, where's Genova at? And where's this blood trail?
It's your head. You like, why am I following it? Because I have to. and it's like, dang, I don't know what's about to happen.
And I remember too, because when I first got to that, I was playing it at nighttime, home by myself. So I was ready for anything. I had the lights on, like, man, if Genova jump out this corner,
it's gonna go down.
And another thing I do like a lot about 7 is it was more modern.
Yeah, it had a more modern feel.
It wasn't all medieval and mages and knights. It was just like everyday people that had abilities.
Yep, they had weapons. You know, people with weapons like guns and stuff like that.
And the dialogue you can relate to, because it's like stuff that people in the real world would talk about. And it's like, dang, I can really vibe with this game.
I definitely agree. That's one of the things that resonated with me too, because, you know, fast forward and playing a lot of RPGs. If you don't know me, you know, I'm not really a big fan of like the medieval stuff. I feel like, especially in this Western culture, we have too much of that. You know, Skyrim and Warcraft, like all the knights, night elves, and I'm tired of that. I like the way. I liked the steampunk vibe and modernization vibe that Final Fantasy had, and then not only that, the abilities were explainable because Materia was part of their life because of what the Shinra company was doing as far as excavating this stuff, kind of like a man versus nature type thing going on. But the Materia and the magic system was explainable, so it wasn't just like,
yep,
I just know how to do Meteor, so that's just what it is.
Which allowed the Materia system to really flourish because it was believable.
I mean, it fit into the story. It wasn't just like I just know how to poison people.
Just the way the storyline was placed and the events that you had to go through that were by themselves, you know, independent, but together it all made sense. Like when you went with Sid, he had to get that rocket. You had to push them damn buttons.
Yeah.
You know, all the different independent situations that you were placed in all came together and were paced beautifully. And then the soundtrack just emphasized the mood, you know what I mean? Throughout the whole gameplay. Not to mention that the grind didn't feel bad. The grind didn't feel bad at all. I mean, yeah, they had a lot of fights, but every fight you had a goal. Like, well, I'm trying to get this Materia up to level 2 and see if I can get Fira or Fira, whatever you want to say.
Fire 2, they ain't have all that back then.
Yeah. So, yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, they did have Fire 2 and Fire 3. And then when you see Sephiroth, you know, going back on some of Cloud's memory, aka Zach's memories, you see him doing all these hellacious moves and spells. You're like, damn, I'm gonna get that soon. And then they came with the limits. The battle in was more climactic than the ones previously outside of 6.
Oh yeah, man. Hit me with something real hard and let my limit break me to go up fast and see what's gonna happen.
Hit me. Hit me.
Well, she hit me.
And that's how it was too. I don't mean to cut you off, but like, man, you be in a good old fight and somebody mess around and hit your ass with a critical or a powerful spell. People got mad. That limit break me to say ding.
Had that note, like, oh yeah, you finna get this Clem Hazard, Braver, you know, crosscut, whatever. You about to get there.
Yeah, well, proceed.
And then the killing part is when you get it, you can keep it there and just let it chill. Like, all right, I know how much life I think you got, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna weigh you down, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Secure my victory.
Go ahead and slump over. You slump over, it's over.
Yeah.
I you know that, and that's also a great design that they added into the game. You know, when somebody's low, you know, people hunch over. Oh, okay. I know what time it is. You ain't that far. And all y'all got limits to, it's over. Unless you come out doing some Sephiroth stuff and just go into the skies and cause the little whatchamacallit to come down and bring everybody's stuff down to 1. What was the name of that move?
You talking about a Heartless Angel?
Seeing Heartless Angel.
Heartless. Descend, heartless angel.
Yep. Same thing that was on Kingdom
Hearts. Oh, hey, Zell, did you beat? Did you beat?
You know, I beat Sephiroth. You tell me I never beat Sephiroth. Don't tell me that. See what you did, David? Now this jackal pup is running from me, and I don't like that.
Speaking of asshole-ish enemies, I'm gonna tell you some I did not like. Besides Emerald and Ruby weapon, I didn't care for the Malboro or Morboro, whatever his name is, and I damn sure didn't care about the Master Tonberry, because this little bastard had unusually high amounts of HP. Like, I hit this fool with not Ultima Slash, Omnislash with the Ultima Sword, and he did not die.
He just proceeded to come to you and hit that famous word, knife.
Either that or everybody's grudge.
Oh yeah. So.
But yeah, proceed, man.
Yeah, I mean, but just all those elements intertwined into a masterpiece that, like I say, that's why it's so popular. People are like, you just certain people we know say you just going off of nostalgia. No, the game is timeless. The only thing that's not timeless is those graphics, but that's another story for another day. Square Enix, but it was it was well put together. They had the right mini games. You had different vehicles you can go into throughout the story that kind of gave you limited access to different lands, and then by the end, get you a nice little black Chocobo, go everywhere you want to go, and it just had the right balance of things. And not even, I remember I forgot the place that you go and you got to organize your little men to fight.
Oh, you talking about Fort
Condor?
Yeah, Fort something.
Fort Condor, yeah.
That was something nice that they added. It was a lot of little mini stuff that they added into the game. I talked earlier about the stuff you did with Sid, and then the stuff you did when you had to go to
the Chocobo races.
The Chocobo races. What was that? What was that city? It was in
Gold Saucer.
Yeah, Gold Saucer.
They had the tournament.
Yeah, where you get the champion's belt, and you get, what was that? The ribbon bang or something like that.
You get the ribbon. I think you get Omnislash.
Yeah, you get Omnislash out of there too.
Yep.
So it kind of made it to where you had to kind of transverse the game side quests and do all the little stuff to get everything you wanted in game.
If you're trying to be Uber.
Yeah, which I thoroughly enjoyed. So it just had the right mix of everything, the right character, the right amount of characters and moves, materia system, story, music, pacing. I don't know what more you can ask for. But yeah, man, that's the icing on the cake.
This is one of the few Final Fantasies that you can play over and over and not have a problem with.
Yeah.
I can only name, I played Tactics over 7, and that's it actually.
I could play 6, 7, Tactics, 10, and maybe I haven't finished 8, but because I haven't finished it, and for those that's probably like bemoaning, like, you haven't finished 8. Oh my god. I'm sorry, man, but when it got to the Lunatic Pandora thing and with Edia, and it just got weird, I was like, I think I lost interest and started playing something else and just never picked it up again. But I plan to finish it one day. But 6, 7,
Tactics,
10 and Tactics, I can play those timelessly.
I mean, what about 12 and 13? Y'all boys neglect 12 and 13.
Speaking of debauchery no more. 13 could have been a wonderful game, but they just got retarded with it. Like, why? What?
Then they made 3 more.
There's no way I should be able to take one of my first 3 weapons that I obtain in the game and keep it for the rest of the game. No, that's not how that works.
This is true.
I could not believe I used my very first weapon. What was her name? The chick with the staff, Fang. Drop it. Like, really?
That's a conversation for another. We got to do another video on that. But yeah, we talked pretty extensively on this 7, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap that up. The show up. It's been another Gamers Federation production. AI Dub Diesel. So Like always, I want to send thanks out to the people that supporting us on YouTube, Twitter, Spreaker. We'll be on Facebook soon. I want to say thanks to all you guys. Also, look out for us coming soon. We're gonna be posting a lot of different videos. Like we said, we got a few animes. We're talking about RPGs. Zell and I, you can see Zell on the FPS is the first person shooters. You might catch us all on Final Fantasy 14 every now and again. There's just a lot of things we got going on. So stay tuned to that. But you guys got any part words before I close this show out?
Let's see. For those who haven't played 7, y'all go ahead and play that. It is a milestone in the Final Fantasy series. You should definitely play it. You ain't gotta love it, but you definitely have to experience it so you can see where a lot of some of the games today get their inspiration from. And I mean, just the other Final Fantasy games that we mentioned before, all the good ones. Keyword, the good ones. 6, 7, 8, 10, stuff like that. If you play some of the older ones, he purposely
skipped 9. He could have said 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He said 6, 7, 8, 10.
Nah, I mean, I couldn't get down with 9 because I didn't really care for those, like, the characters, and a lot of people like 9. I mean,
to each his own. We ain't gonna throw shade on nobody. 9 did have a pretty good card game, but that's about it.
I know one thing, you playing shit out that Blitzball on 10 though.
Hey, we ain't gonna get into that. That's a whole nother conversation. They need to make a full length, not a full length, but a full game Blitzball. It's gonna sell about 10 million copies, and I'll be the first one to get mine if it's legitimate. But go ahead, Zell. Pardon words.
Yeah, man. Just like they said, you can get a hold of Final Fantasy. Matter of fact, if you have a Steam account, it's probably on sale for like $5 right now. Just grab it. Probably 2 gigabytes at the most. Won't take up much space. Just give it a shot.
Squeeze it. Gamma.
And if y'all want to catch me on Final Fantasy 14, the name is Naomi Armitage on the Adamantoids. Jupon gotten a free company. Come holler at us.
I'm gonna have to give y'all mine on like one of the pages or something because I got like 4 characters. I know Asinine, I know, but I'm weird and I do stuff like that, so hey, I'm sorry.
You holler at my wizard, Black Wizard, going to the top, Wise Man Graph for those that get the pun. So yeah, I'm AI. That's Zell. He's Dub D. I'll holler at y'all another.